Let's talk about it. Listen, young people, stop asking motherfuckers what you should do. See, the better way to reframe questions when you're lost or don't have an idea of what you should do should be, what does the 10-year-old version of me do? Or not the 10-year-old version, but what does me 10 years in the future do? See, that's how you gotta start look at your life, because the choices you make today don't necessarily matter unless you crash out today. But the choices you make today more so affect your future you. So when you start making choices and you start deciding on things that like you think that you want to do, think about it. Say, okay, I'm 20 years old. What would 30-year-old me do? And how like this affect 30-year-old me? So like you might want to think, oh, I'm gonna go rob a bank. And then you go rob the bank, and guess what? 30-year-old suffers because now you're spending 10 years in prison. So you need to start thinking, how do my choices, what is the lag effect of my choices? That's the better way to think of things, because everything in life is a lag indicator. Things you do today don't necessarily help you today. Like, for example, if you work out, you can work out fucking 10 hours in the gym today, and it's not going to do a damn thing to make your physique any more better than it did yesterday. But guess what? If you train a little bit every day, eventually that lag indicator catches up to you 3 months, 4 months, 5 months down, a year down the line. And that's the way, same thing with money. Don't worry about hitting it rich quick today. You don't need to hit it rich today. Focus on building assets. Focus on building a skill set. So 10 years down the line, you can look down and say, oh, shit. I'm really, really good at maybe being a plumber. I'm really, really good at content creation. I'm really, really good at public speaking. I'm really, really good at making deals. So you got to start looking at your life like in 10-year increments. How do my choices today, what are they going to give me in the future? And yes, this sounds so simple. And it sounds so obvious, but the grand majority of people don't do this. Like maybe 1% to 2% of people in the world actually think about what their life will do today. And like I noticed this with a couple of my friends when like I would tell them like, hey, look, there's an opportunity in cybersecurity. Here's some free training. Check out this free training and see how it can help you out, because it can be something that's beneficial, because 5 years in the future, this is going to be a really, really useful skill set. And they'd be like, well, I'm good now, man. I have a job and I do Uber Eats and I do Lyft and I make my money. I was like, okay, but that's not sustainable. And that's one of the things. People, they take short money and they don't think about the sustainability of what they're doing. And that's why a lot of people on the internet are in trouble right now, because a lot of people quit their jobs, kept going around looking for the higher paycheck, and they just kept hiring, going higher and higher and higher, not building any loyalty, just chasing the paycheck. And then eventually it got to the point where, okay, they let go of everybody. And you had no loyalty in the company. You've been hot company hopping for the last 2 or 3 years, just going on taking new jobs because there was a huge market for jobs. And now you're stuck in a situation because instead of thinking, well, you know what, let me stay at this job. They treat me pretty decently. I can try to build something on my own, so that way I'm not just hopping to paycheck, and I can start to build my own revenue. But nobody thought that far during the pandemic when they had all these free jobs they were just giving out. Everybody just kept hopping and saying, well, if I can't work from home, I'm not going to take the job. And like that's just a poor way, because you're not building a real sustainable skill set. Because realistically in life, you can't just hop from job to job to job to job unless they're low paying easy jobs to obtain. But if you get a job that's paying you 80,000 a year and you like the environment, you got a pretty good grasp, you're pretty valuable to the company, and like your job security is pretty safe, it's kind of stupid to go jump to a job that's paying you $120,000, but you don't know anything about the systems, and you're just you're at the whim of being fired because you're just the new person. You don't have any fucking track record of doing anything. What it would be smarter to do is, hey, let me see that 80,000 I'm making. Let me try to save 50% of that and build something using the skill set I'm learning at this company, and go build my own thing. Because you can keep hopping job to job to job, but at some point, what happens when you get fired? Now you got to go find a new job. It's not a sustainable model to run your life by. And the same thing goes with women. There's guys that are always just hopping new girl to new girl to new girl to new girl to new girl, reliving the same experience but just with a different body, and not think about the longevity that, hey, maybe I should try to build something, or maybe I should just kind of cut this off and build something, build myself into something where I can actually like sustain a household and prepare myself for a wife. Because a lot of guys, they complain, like, oh, there's no wives out here. Well, yeah, you're kind of right. But are you a husband material? Are you a fuck boy? Like, you guys start thinking about these type of things when you're running your life. And that's why I'm finding with a lot of young people, they're always looking for the next easy come up. There is no easy come ups. You got to dig and fight and slowly climb the mountain. Every time you think you got an easy pathway to get yourself somewhere, you fall off. Because guess what? That easy pathway has a steeper slope at the bottom of it because it was easy. Nothing in this life comes easy. It takes long planning, it takes execution, and it takes very strategic movements and execution in order to get to where you want to be in life. So, like, my message of the day is plan your life 10 years in ahead. Stop thinking about what I want to do this Friday. Think about what my 30-year-old self, if like, think about what myself 10 years in the future will do on this Friday. And then do that. Because that's a habit you're going to start to develop. And then eventually you become that person at 10 years in the future. You can look back and say, oh, I deserve this because I've been acting like this for 10 years now. So now I'm not surprised that I'm a successful business owner. Now I'm not surprised that I'm in shape and I look good. Now I'm not surprised that I'm talented at piano or I'm talented whatever the hell I've been trying to practice at. Because I slowly been practicing it daily and making sure I put in the effort and practice to be able to get to where I want to be. And that's really how life works, man. Just plan things out, execute, and take the hard route. Now don't take the stupid route, but do difficult things. The more difficult thing that you do, the less that people want to be able to do it. The less that people do it, the more rare and valuable you become. Like, snipers are very rare, but a foot soldier is not as rare. You know why? Because the sniper job is way harder, way more dangerous, and way more risk. And it takes way more calculation and way more preparation to be able to do that job as compared to being a foot soldier. So learn how to be a sniper instead of just being a grunt that just works and bees cannon fodder. Anyway, if you want to learn more, figure out how to get your life in order, hit me up, apexsapien.com, apexsapien.com. Go book a consultation. I'm doing it for free. I need to hurry up and put the damn reviews out because I'm getting raving fucking reviews. People are loving it. I have repeat people. And, man, you don't want to miss out on this because one day this account's going to be 100,000 people and then eventually you're not going to be able to get in. And then I got to charge you a bunch of money because I don't have enough time to talk to everybody. So, best of luck to you, soldiers. Have fun.